Pollinate. Yeah, just get ideas from each other. Okay. Help each other out financially, or some sort of aid. If this folk, if somebody over here in Irmo is trying to do this, and somebody over here in Lexington is trying to do this, maybe they can work together. They can help each other out. Caring is sharing, sharing is caring, all that stuff. You can use these conferences to recruit new members to your front. You can network with other folks. You can provide a safe space, a semi-safe space for illegal stuff. I don't know. I don't know what this Delia Smith's basic blockading or body hammer tactics and self-defense for modern protester. Body hammer. That sounds like a restaurant. Can't see me. Okay. By the way, Alf. Remember that show? Alf was president of the Animal Liberation Front, ALF. Alf. You can give folks stuff like little tote bags. You can bring a small box of your own group's latest magazines or DVD. Okay. Have fun together protesting. Let's get together. Let's go protest. Oh, that sounds fun. Cool. For example, the NCOR that doesn't exist anymore, the attendees decide, hey, let's go to Neiman Marcus and do an anti-fur protest. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. And they went to do that. Some nightly concerts became jumping off points for anti-capitalist marches through wealthy commercial districts. Hey, let's go march. Okay, we can go march. Where? Oh, I don't know. Let's go through wealthy commercial districts. All right. And then you can meet other activists. Just sometimes it's fun to meet new people. The whole thing is sort of like church camp. All right. Guide to conference organizing. Some of the big stuff. There's that little preface there. Again, convergence. You want to make your conference unique. Our radical spaces exist within the intersections of people's lives. I still don't like the word radical because it sounds radical. Nobody likes radical. Except like Spicoli, totally radical too. I can't do that anymore. I can't do the ballet person talk. Okay. But you always have to think about being as inclusive as possible. So when you're trying to organize this stuff, there's a lot of things to think about. So again, I'm not asking you to do this, but for instance, this could be what you want to do or your plan for your body rhetoric. And maybe you want to have some of these as some of your rhetorical tactics. I don't know. Okay, so decide on a budget. Yeah, most of these organizations are, they ain't got a whole lot of money. So you have to have a budget. And how much money are you going to be able to raise? Is there going to be a fee? You're going to charge people to come to the anti-capitalist march? Come to our anti-capitalist march. Bring your credit cards. Locate a physical space that meets your needs. Hotels are really expensive. Got a lot of experience doing stuff like that. There's lots of different places that you can find, You got to find some cheap places. A lot of colleges and universities will open their spaces up, particularly a lot of these are student groups. So figure out how much money you have to spend, your budget, find a place to do it, pick a date, a good date. Try to pick a date that works for most people possible. Really? Okay. And sometimes this is hard, but for a conference with more than a few hundred people, try to pick a date at least 6 months in advance. Yeah, of course. We're going to have a conference tomorrow. Yeah, and don't do it on Christmas. Outreach and organizing the particulars here. So here, the big thing here is decide on a budget, find a place, pick a date. Not so big stuff for the outreach. Who do you want there? Lots of different people? Is it focused? Are you searching for radical anthropologists? So who do you want there at your convergence? Where are these folks? Sometimes you can have the conference where these people are. I mean, it depends on, obviously, if you're interested in something that pertains to a local law or local policy or whatever, or local problem, folks are here. So yeah, where are the people who are going to show up? Put some committees together. All this sort of assumes that you're already working with some folks. But yeah, there's a lot of different things that you're always going to have to think about when you're putting together conferences. Housing, scheduling, food, searching for keynote speakers, the tech people. So you got to get these, figure out the committees, and then they figure out a lot of the details. Develop a call. Most all of these conferences will have a call, so people then submit proposals to present on, to speeches or panels or something like that. So it gives us the ideas of what should be in the call, who, what, when, where, why, how. Basic stuff I'll let you read on page 145. The main thing is to be specific. That's very, very important. The more info, the better, even though the call needs to be brief. Squirrel. No! I actually Googled this just to make sure. I figured that they were making this up. But National Conference on Revolutionary Squirrel Watching. Yeah. I tend to like the traditional squirrel watching. All right. So they give you an example there. Once you got your call, blast it out. I do like the idea here, and this is very smart. No one technique will ever reach a wide and diverse group. Utilize direct emails, email listservs, social networking sites like Facebook and Twitter, printed flyers, whatever. Info and radical spaces. Calling people, sidewalk chalk. The more different places you get your call out, the better. Develop a set of criteria to evaluate presentations. Yeah, when people present or submit stuff, you got to have what's going to be in, what's not going to be in. If they are accepted to present, contact them to let them know so they can show up. And even if folks were not, if they were rejected, even in this anarchical principle thing, you need to let them know. Say thank you for submitting. But in our conference that celebrates the uniqueness of all human beings, your proposal was not good enough. Make a schedule grid. Let folks know when they're supposed to present so they can show up and do it. Publicize the event so people will show up all over the place. Publicize it just like for the call. Have a pre-event meeting to make sure all the details are covered with all your